Okay, so moving on to the Q&A. I'm a small YouTube creator. I feel my growth is limited due to being an older millennial. I see a lot of younger millennial and Gen Z creators make what I feel is a big mistake of trying to make hard groups, first with conservatives and then in lefty groups. How do I communicate that these creators may be misguided due to not having the life experience of having to work or be around people they can't dismiss like a block button on social media, without sounding like you kids will understand when you get older? You can't. Not really. The other thing to remember is that sometimes it is the messenger. The relatability there, when you are talking about younger creators reaching a younger audience, the attitude that leads them to create those hard groups and engage in a lot of purity testing of their audience and stuff like that, that's a piece of that generation. So it's something their audience may actually like. I always try to think of everybody as an increment of time. And how they view the world is based on the time they grew up in. There are some things that, you're not going to change about an older person because of how they grew up. There are some things that, younger generations will make mistakes the same way we did. I don't know that there is a way to provide the type of advice you want to provide without appearing as if you're wearing a bathrobe standing in your yard telling the kids to get off of it. They're going to approach it their way, and it will resonate with their audience or it won't. I don't know that there's really a way you can phrase that.
So I get it. And if you're a parent of any child, be it younger to teenagers, you always want to make sure that, not that you want to control how they are, but you want to just not let them make the same mistakes that you have or adjacent mistakes. And I think this is actually a really good way of saying that to everybody. If you're younger, you're gonna look at somebody who's older as like, I know better. I know my situation. And to older people looking at younger people, you're gonna look like you kids don't know anything. And quite frankly, we've been having the same fight for like the last 3,000-4,000 years. What was the Plato quote that kids nowadays don't stand when their elders come into the room? So yeah. How do you fix an age-old fight? You don't. You cope with it and you try to find new ways to, I wouldn't say get around it, but to help people understand what you're trying to say. Thanks, Beau. Thank you for watching this video. And the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.